In this episode, we're going to take a look at this 4-year-old Red Sea Max Nano all-in-one, and I cannot believe I've been in the hobby 4 whole years. Let's get into this video. You've guessed it, guys. Let's roll those titles. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It has been so long since I've given you a little update on this tank, and I think it's long overdue. But before we get into this, I want to say a huge thank you to the new subscribers and followers. Honestly, appreciate you guys all the time. And also, welcome back to everybody else who follows the channel for a long time. Really appreciate it. Remember, anytime, hit us up in the comments, send your questions. I absolutely love to hear from you guys. 4 whole years. I can't believe I've been in the hobby 4 years. And in October 2020, I was like, oh, should I do this? Should I get a reef tank? Could it be something that I could, be a bit of an escape, a relaxation? And honest to God, absolutely no regrets at all. So the Red Sea Max Nano is 4 years old. These are fantastic tanks. I absolutely love a Red Sea tank. All in one by its nature. You get everything with it. You get the glass box, you get the return pump, you get the light, you get the filtration, the skimmer, everything you need. For a beginner like me who came into the hobby, it was just everything, all set up, ready to go. So, perfect start. I'm a bit of a Red Sea fanboy, as you know. No sponsors, we don't get sponsored here, we don't want sponsors. But yeah, it was a good tank to go with. And now they've got so many different ones as well. This one is the G1, the original G1 Max Nano 75 litre, 20 gallon tank, and it's superb. You can now get the Peninsula version, which I think I would have probably gone with. There's also the XL and the double XL, which has recently gone out, but yeah, you can check all that out on the Red Sea website. With this hobby though, guys, yeah, it's not all plain sailing, so I'm going to go with the bad news first. There's been a few little things that's been happening on the reef tank, with the first one being we've lost a fish, which is really sad, because they are part of the family. They are our pets at the end of the day. And we lost our tail spot blenny back in July. If you follow us on Instagram, you probably saw Lenny the Blenny. Oh my God, he was such a character. We had him in there for 3 years and 4 months. I've got this little Aquarium Note app, and it tells you like when you put things in. It's worth checking out. Aquarium Note, check it out. It's a great app. Track your parameters, track your livestock. Yeah, 3 years and 4 months, and he lost a lot of weight quite quickly within about a week's period. And unfortunately, yeah, he passed away. But he was a great addition, great character in the tank, and yeah, we do miss him. Right, let's get into this video. Down on the reef. I haven't said that for a long time. A common question I get asked in the chat is, how do I attach the Radian Gen 5 to the Red Sea Max Nano? This is the problem, guys. The original Radian bracket has a huge clamp on it, and if you position it in at the side of the skimmer, the light is kind of offset, and you really want it about here. So obviously that's where the built-in all-in-one skimmer is. So this little bracket allows you to connect it up, plus the control panel, whilst keeping the light in the central position, which is perfect. So here is Aquaprint's version of the Radian light holder for the Red Sea Max Nano all-in-ones, and it's fantastic. I bought an original one on eBay, and that failed, as I say, a couple of months ago. So I got in touch with Johnny at Aquaprint. I was like, Johnny, I need a bracket for this Radian. Can you fix me up? And this is what he's come up with. It's absolutely fantastic. So here are the pegs. This holds the power module for your all-in-one, with this switch, with your skimmer power and your return pump power. And then this is your holder for your light. You can see it slides onto there, and you can also screw the kind of holder bolt onto there as well. And it's all really nicely made, countersunk. I'm not sure if this is on his website or anything, but if you get in touch with him and you want something similar, so it's all nicely countersunk. That fits onto the back of the tank, and then I can connect it with this hex bolt, which I think is a 10. It's pretty chunky. That'll screw back through into the back of the Red Sea Max Nano, and it does a fantastic little job. So I'm going to get back on the tank because my light's a little bit just hanging down for the demo. So we're going to get this back on the tank as well and get all sorted. So we're all back in position with that new Aquaprint Radian bracket. The power supply is on those little pegs, and then there you can see how it fits on. Remaining the skimmer is in place in its original position. Everything is in its original position, which is fantastic. I don't know how I'd do it without Johnny. I'm lucky that he's in the UK. He's sorted me out big and proper there, and you can see, look, how it fits perfectly, and you've got that nice central position for your radiant light. I've also got some reef brights on here, so massive shout out to Johnny at Aquaprint. Don't know what I'd have done, mate. It was hanging down, and now you've fixed it, so it's perfect. Thank you. So if you've got wave makers and they're losing power, or they're just kind of a bit dirty or grubby, you're supposed to clean them in citric acid. Food grade, that is, citric acid. So here is some that I purchased earlier from Amazon. And it's been sat in there for around about 2 or 3 hours. And I've been kickstarting it, getting it going, but it still won't go. So what to do next? It's never easy, is it? So I reached out to Gary at Tunze UK. So big thanks to you to Gary. I reached out to him on the customer service email, and he got back to me within 24 hours, which is absolutely fantastic. And I said to him, my Tunze is not working properly. It's got power to it, but it's losing its kind of flow motion. What should I do? So I've tried to clean it, and because it's only a year old, he said send over the receipt and your proof of purchase. So I sent over the details in the box, the receipt and everything. And look what he's done. He has sent me a brand new motor section for the Tunze Nanostream. So we're going to fit that right now and see how we get on. Hopefully we can get it working, and hopefully this is the problem for my faulty pump. But well happy. Thank you to Gary for sending that out in the post. Stay tuned for this next bit, because as you know, live demos on this channel always are interesting. Now, I'm not an electrician, and hopefully I don't have to be. In fact, to be fair, you know the little Tunze ATO, we have to actually wire it up yourself when it comes. Let us know in the comments section if you've had any Tunze products. They are awesome. I love the company. As I say, I buy all this myself, so I'm not sponsored. But yeah, the electrics on these, you can have to have like a qualification in it. Well, I'm hoping not. So let's have a look. Let's get it open. What's that? Bit of cable tidy. I think that's a little message as well for me to tidy up my cables at the back. Let's put that there. So it does look like it is pretty much plug and play. So it is literally a replacement, just a replacement motor, as you can see. So I'm going to have to use the cap covering and the impeller there. Right, so let's have a little look. This is the controller panel. Hopefully Ian doesn't mind me using his cup. Always comes in handy, that, mate. I do drink out of it as well, but at the moment it's just doing citric acid in there. So I assume, because obviously we've got to plug this bit in, which obviously goes in there, we have to take this apart. So here we go. Let's. Oh, maybe we need a little smaller screwdriver here, guys. God, that's tight. Right, we need to get another screwdriver, guys, before I don't want to round that off. That is a really small. That's a small one. Let me get a new screwdriver. Right, you won't believe this, but I haven't got that many tools. I know, to look at me, I look like a mechanic, but this is the third one. Little Draper here, little Draper. You can't go wrong with Draper screwdrivers, can you? Right, let's try this one. If this one doesn't work, I don't know what to do. I don't know if it's had a bit of saltcrete, this. It does seem to be. These are well in, these. I think that's working, guys. I hope so. I want to show you inside here. It is working, yeah. Oh, man, I won't be putting it in as tight as that when it come out. If the Draper doesn't get it out, then nothing will. There you go. Sorry, you can't see anything there, can you? Right. That was a mission. Could do with a little bit of lubricating oil. Lubricating oil going back in. Right, we've got one out, guys. I might fast forward this bit, just because it's not that exciting, is it? Right, I'll come back to you once I've got the screws out. Some clips as well inside. Oh no. That's the buttons, guys. Just to let you know what the fault was actually. So it was flashing, mine was flashing red lights constantly. So like the two top red lights were flashing constantly. That's inside the control panel. Oh my God, I'm well at my depth here. Right, so the buttons have come out, but that's fine. They can just slot back in when they go back in, can't they? Yeah, so I'm not bothered about that. Right, so this is inside the control panel. And what we need to do now, I think, is get this little... Let's have a look at the connector one. So that goes... Oh, right, okay. So it's just like a press down clip. So it looks like it's a press down and pull. Without pulling the whole bloody thing apart. So there, oh, it's moving, guys. You see that? Yes. There we go. So that is the old one, now detached. So let's just get that out of the way, guys, now. Let's get that over here. And let's put the new one in. So here is the new one. It's quite nice, it only fits one way. So that goes in that way. Let's just slot that in. Like so. There we go. And then that will go on the inside of there, like so. Right, so now we need to get the buttons back in. But we need to put the cover on to get the buttons back in, I think. Right, so that will go that way. Thanks for still watching, guys. If you are, hit us up in the comments if you've had the same problem with any of your Tunze wave makers or anything like that. That's gone. Oh, I think I put that button on the wrong way there. That's it. Yeah, that was the right way. I'll have to reset these settings though, I think. Oh, that one's there. Right, okay. Right. Because they only clip in one way, so that's really good. That's plugged in. Nice little seal on the bottom there. Right, we're just going to get it all screwed back in and then we'll see if it's all working. Hopefully it is. So these are absolutely fantastic pumps if you've got a nano tank or just any. You can get loads of different sizes. But here we go. So this is the new motor, all shiny. We've got that's our original impeller, which is now nice and clean. Citric acid really does clean up your wave makers. As I say, you're supposed to think do it every 6 months or something like that. 3 to 6 months, which is fantastic. So I've got to use the original impeller. I've got to use the original flow diverter, which is there. I've got to use the original magnets. So that's the original magnet housing that I got. That's from on the old one. So squeeze them in, and then we'll get it back into position on the tank. Right, let's see how we get on. So there you have it, guys. So happy. It's actually worked as well. Even with my electrical knowledge and wiring, it's possible. So thank you to Gary. He managed to sort it out. There it is, look. And that's made such a difference to the acoustics of the flow now. We've got lots more turbulent flow, lots of aeration on the surface, and that's what these LPS corals absolutely love. And they've been missing it for 2 weeks. So if they're looking a little bit sad for the birthday edition, it is because the flow has not been up to its usual standards. So just a little update on the tank then, guys. I've just put a little bit of food in just to feed them. Oh, I absolutely love this hobby. I mean, when you got a chance just to sit and watch your fish feeding and have a cup of tea, Yorkshire tea or whatever, you know, I always joke about that, but it is a fantastic hobby. So we've still got Riri, our purple firefish. We've got the clownfish. We've had 4 years old, just under 4 years old, those guys. So they're fantastic. And there is our sun-tailed goby. He has a friend in the cave, but I don't know if the pistol shrimp might come out. I don't know, possibly. For some dinner. There's our linkier starfish there on the glass. Let's try and get a little bit of a better look. This is one of my favourite additions ever to the reef tank. That linkier starfish there from AAC. It's so cool and it's just so vibrant red as well. Anybody who's got a mature system, I would strongly recommend getting a starfish just because it adds a bit of interest, a bit of character to your reef, and it looks amazing on the glass. You've got to leave at least one of your panels though dirty with a bit of algae film and crustaceans and things like that for them to eat, just so they've always got food. So not for a new tank, but definitely a great little addition. There's our urchin. He's been in there a good 2 years now, the urchin. He's doing really, really well. At the moment, it's under daylight is the lighting, so I put it under daylight for you. I will put it under blues because some people say, can I see it under blues? So we'll put it under blues. But yeah, corals are doing pretty well. There's the Goni Garden. Our fungia plate, really nice. Our torches, as I say, looking a little bit miserable. One of them in particular is very miserable, which is this one over here. So when I went away to Turkey in the summer, the return pump on the Red Sea Max Nano stopped during a power cut, and then it never came back on after that. So we were 3 days without any return going into the tank, which was obviously a nightmare for the swings and the parameters and things like that. But with torches, you always get a delayed response. It takes 3-4 weeks until a problem is evident with torches, and we did lose one of the head of torches with that little incident, but I'll take that. We'll go with that. It could have been a lot worse. There's a Trachophilia. I love that one. Really nice down there. The GSP is growing really well. Nice little bit of Anacropora just off the return there. This has to be one of the best times of the day, as I say, when you're sat here with your cup of tea and your little chocolate biscuit or whatever, just sat watching your reef feeding time. As I say, no filters here. No filters at all. Just using the Google Pixel 9 Pro camera under white lights, and this is what it looks like. So it's showing you everything under the whites, really. As I say, going back to what I said about the power cut, when I was on holiday in Turkey, the power went out and my return pump didn't go back on, unfortunately. So I've had to buy another return pump. So this is what I went with. I went with the Reef Pump Compact. I think they do 1,000 as well as a 500. I would definitely go for the 1,000, but I was in a bit of a rush to get mine back up and running. So I've got the 500. It's just sat in that return chamber there at the back there. But it's doing the job. I have to have it on full blast. But if I get another one, I'll get the 1,000 one. But it's doing the job. Right, I think it's time for the outro, guys, and to say. So there you have it, guys. The 4-year-old Red Sea Max Nano, and I honestly do not know how we've got to this point, but anybody who's helped me along the way, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Special shout out to Signature Frags as well, because the vast majority of the corals in this reef are from his amazing UK coral farm in Ripley, so it's well worth checking out. As I say, no sponsorship. If you want to see how I did it, see how we got to this point, the whole back catalogue of this journey of this Red Sea Max Nano is available on the channel. So I just stopped for a quick bit of lunch there. I'm absolutely starving. Nice chicken wraps and Subway and a little bit of Rio, which is really nice. Anyway, that's the end of the 4-year update. It's been fantastic. This little Red Sea Max Nano is bulletproof and a great place to either downsize or to start the hobby. Get yourself a reef tank if you're not in the hobby. It is awesome. Right, I want to talk about a few other things, but just before we finish today's video. The first one being the live stream. Our next live stream and our last live stream is on this Friday, 18th of October, 8 PM GMT time, Friday night live stream. And and I'm sad. I'm sad because it's the last one that I'm going to be doing. But I need to say, obviously, a lot of people saying, well, why aren't they carrying on? Why are they not continuing with the live streams? There's a couple. For me, there's a few things. So the live stream has been a big part of my YouTubing life so far, and I've loved it. I particularly love it working with Ross, Steve, Paul, Tom, and I have. Let's be honest, I have struggled without Steve and Ross on the live streams. A few of you guys who watch the live streams were saying, you look so miserable on the latest live streams. And even my wife in the last few months, she was like, why are you so miserable on that live stream? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not miserable, honestly. But I think I was just trying to think why that might be. And I think it's because of Steve and Ross leaving. I just struggled a little bit with that. Also, maybe I'm getting a bit tired and I need to hang up my live streaming, whatever it is, microphone or whatever. Yeah, I think there's a lot of live streams now. There's all sorts of different live streams. I think I've done my bit. I think I've handed over at the right time where I've enjoyed myself. I've had a blast. Thank you to everybody who's watched the live streams that I'm on. But I've done 3.5 years, and those 3.5 years, every Friday, have been amazing. Like, I've loved it. But now I can spend some time with my family. We missed one on 2 weeks ago. We missed the live stream, and I watched a film with my family, a bit of popcorn and some crisps and all that sort of stuff, chocolate, and it was amazing. It was a great little treat, and that's what I'll be doing on a Friday night. From this point onwards, I'll be spending time with my family, who I love dearly, especially my wife and son, and having that good time with them. I will be tuning into other live streams. I'm going to say you've got Reef Dorks on a Sunday with Prestige Reef. I love that one. You've got the Reefer Network, TB Corals. You've got Ron's live stream. I think East Coast Reefers starting one up on a Thursday. You've got Carl's live stream. You guys don't need me anymore. I've done my bit and I've loved it. And I want to say a huge thank you to Joe, who sent us a card. Yes. These guys I absolutely miss, and we're going to have a catch-up like no other on Friday. It's going to be epic. Spoiler alert, Moggs is going to be there, Ross is going to be there, Paul's going to be there. It's going to be absolutely insane. My worry is not crying. I don't want to cry on camera. I look like a right softie. But yeah, it's going to be a difficult one to get through, but hopefully you there to join in and cheer it over the line for the last time. As I say, we do. We love you guys and we love all the followers. One thing I'm not doing though, I'm not going to give up YouTube. I'm definitely not going to do that. I might get invited onto the odd live stream as a guest. I'd love to do that. I'm keeping my channel going. The YouTube channel is going to keep going. I want to do a video about our new fish. I want to get a new blenny. So stay tuned for that one. So we're going to get a new fish around about November. When I get a new tank and do a whole new build, that's all going to be on the YouTube channel. So I'm going to focus purely back on these YouTube videos. And I am going to do another video in 2 weeks' time, so you don't have to wait too long for the next one, at Coral Freaks. If you've seen this, it's a next reefing event co-delivered with Love to Reef and Advanced Aquarium Consultancy, down in Harlow, Essex, on the, let me just check the date, I don't want to get this wrong, it's in 2 weeks' time. What's the date? I don't know, let me get this right, guys, for you. Saturday the 26th it is, Saturday the 26th of October. Yeah, come and join us. If you're there, come and say hello to us. If you haven't bought tickets, you can buy them on the AAC website, and it is packed full of celebs. You've got Fan from Tidal Gardens, you have Jeremy Gay from Reef Builders, you've got Pat and Trina, you've got also obviously Paul from AAC and his wonderful crew, Ange as well, and it's going to be a fantastic reefing event with a live podcast, opportunity to ask your questions on reefing, and just a good chance to meet up with all the reefers in the community and yeah, and just have a little bit of fun. It's the last one of the year. We've been spoilt in the UK for our reefing events. We had Love to Reef in May, we had Aqua H just a couple of weeks ago, and now we've got this one, Coral Freaks. So don't miss it out. I'd love to see some of you there as well and catch up with you guys. But we're going to wrap up the video now. Thanks for watching. If you're still watching, hit that thumbs up, hit us up in the comments. We'd love to chat to you, and I'll reply to every single one of you. But for now, guys, love you lots. You take care, and see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.